Everyone, remain calm.
Yeah, that's how it always starts. And later there's running and screaming.
Somebody talk to me! What is happening?
Welcome to Jurassic World.
You're listening to the Jurassic Park Podcast.
You want to consult here or in my bungalow? Hold on to your butt.
Well, we're back.
Hello, and welcome to the 26th episode of the Jurassic Park Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Jost, and we're here to discuss all things Jurassic Park. In this episode, we have some light news, a great chat with James and Steve from the Jurassic Unicast Podcast, where we talk about their podcast, Minecraft, Star Wars, gaming, Jurassic Park, and more, and a listener segment. It's a packed show, so let's get things started off with a bit of Jurassic news from around the world.
18 minutes and your company catches up on 10 years of research.
Access made program. Access new security.
These pictures were taken in hospital in Costa Rica 48 hours ago.
I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but look.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
But today, I guarantee it.
An awesome article found on Inverse.com features an amazing Dinosaur VR experience. Crytek has created the game Back to Dinosaur Island, which features you, the gamer, as a baby dinosaur in an immersive jungle environment. The demo has been released on Steam for free, so make sure to go check it out. Check out our show notes for a link to the article and the amazing demo video that goes with it. Do you own the Velociraptor claw toys from Jurassic World? Well, they are being considered as one of the top 10 worst toys on the market for Christmas this year. The claws, which are being deemed dangerous, are listed by consumer watchdog group World Against Toys Causing Harm due to possibly being able to cause eye and facial injury. Now, all the toys in that list have already gone through safety tests before being placed on the shelves, and there's other companies out there that are calling out Watch for not actually testing the toys that they placed on this list. So even though Watch says it causes harm, it's still up in the air. They may or may not. I guess it depends on how you play with them. But use your best judgment when buying them this year, because most likely everybody will actually be perfectly fine playing with them. So have fun. Jack Horner, who we all know through his paleontology work and advising in the Jurassic Park series, plans on retiring from his position at Montana State University. He plans to continue his work in the paleontology field, so no need to worry about that. And I'm also sure he'll continue his work with the Jurassic World series. So why don't we give him a huge congratulations from everybody in the Jurassic Park community for an amazing career at the university. There is a great lengthy article featured at ktvq.com, so make sure to check out the link in our show notes.
This is Tom.
This is Jake.
And this is Travis. And we are the Drunken Dork Podcast.
Tune in every week and listen to us discuss the finer points on superheroes, the latest pop culture news, as well as all of our favorite booze.
You can listen to us on iTunes, TuneIn Radio, or the Stitcher app for Android. And be sure to catch up on all of our episodes by visiting us over at www.drunkendorkpodcast.wordpress.com.
And remember, folks, you have one liver. Ruin it well.
Let's open up the doors to the Visitor Center, where James and Steve from the Jurassic Unicast Podcast chat with me about Minecraft, their podcast, and more. I'd like to welcome in this week James and Steve from the Jurassic Unicast Podcast. How you guys doing?
Excellent. How you doing, mate?
Awesome. Very good. You know, I like to start things off with a bit of a serious question to get, everybody in the mood. So if you guys are stuck in a kitchen with a raptor, what do you guys do, and how will you make it out?
That's a great question. Steve, you go first. I knew you was going to say that. I knew you was going to say you go first. Right, okay. Right, the first thing I would do is duck. The second thing I'd do is work out where the drawer is for the knives, all hopefully in a space of about 10 seconds. I would grab the nearest frying pan I've got, and hopefully I'd have enough to sort of defend myself there and then. But what type of kitchen are you going with?
Well, let's go with the Jurassic Park kitchen.
Right, the Jurassic Park kitchen. Right, this is what I would do. First of all, I'd lock the door. Okay. Nah, seriously, no. What I'll do is, obviously you wouldn't think that open doors, would you? Right, so what would I do? Oh my God, this is a hard question.
Right?
Damn you. Right, I think what I would do if I knew it was chasing me, my instinct would naturally take me to the nearest, biggest knives I could find, and then I would just hide. Honestly, that's probably what I would do. And
that
see
works?
if I could, because I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything in a kitchen that I could, that would be able to sort of hide your scent with, really, apart from covering yourself maybe with a bit of cooking oil if you can find some. But do you know what I mean? Like, I don't really know what else you could do. Well, Steve might have a bit of an idea, unless I've nicked them all.
I may go down a slightly different route.
Okay, go on then.
Find all the trays and pans possible and try and construct a safe suit, if there's time, by having a...
What are you, Iron Man?
Yeah. Makeshift Iron Man. But, just try and protect myself as much as possible. And, again, hide or try and distract them with any of the food that's in the kitchen.
I've got visions of you with a colander on your head, right? With a spoon in one hand and a baking tray across your chest. That's well fun.
So I see it. Oven gloves as well.
Oven gloves, yeah, brilliant. That's a great question, Brad. What have you got then?
You know, I've asked the question a few times, and I don't know. I feel like the movie, the characters in the movie really got lucky, and they got out alive. But I think in most cases, everybody that's in that situation is dying, right? I mean, I don't know. Like you guys, I'm just gonna try to find, a knife or and you said a pot, so I'm gonna use that as a shield, I guess, or to bash it over the head. And just try to hide or run. So, I don't know.
I think your natural first instinct would be to run. Like them, I don't understand why they didn't go out the back doors of the. Oh no, it wasn't a back door, was it? Actually, I thought there's not a door on either side, is there? There's only two sets of doors.
Just the kitchen, right? And
I'm
sorry,
I guess so.
The freezer and
the
door.
Do you know what? Maybe if I looked up quickly and there was air vents, I might try and kick one of them through and try and escape through the top.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I guess it depends on how high it is. There's a really good level on the Lego game of that kitchen scene, and you're Lex and Tim, and you transfer back and forth to each character, and they both offer different skills. And where Tim is small, you can go up and down the air vents. That's what gave me the idea then. Actually, you can go up and down the air vents and create distractions for the Raptors for then Lex to then run past. It's quite a clever thought out game, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. I got to try to play that sometime since I haven't yet. Yeah. But let's get into your podcast, actually. So you guys do a Jurassic Park podcast as well. So why don't you tell our listeners here what kind of things they can look forward to, hearing from you guys?
Well, a lot of it's kind of English. I don't know whether you guys sort of have a different
just
sort of
generic
sense of humour to us, isn't it? Like we're just so where we kind of take the mickey out of it. I say mickey, I'm talking English words again, but we tease each other constantly, and where we have such different opinions between a lot of us, don't we, Steve?
Yeah.
We tend to like we did one episode was the T-Rex versus Spinosaurus debate. Now, it's not just me and Steve that do these podcasts. We have a couple of other guys that are just not here today. Mm-hmm. They do it with us, and one of them in particular is a Spinosaurus fan, and always has been. But he's a little bit younger than me and Steve. I think he's 23, and he grew up with Jurassic Park 3 being the main film that he saw at the cinema.
Oh,
yeah. So I think that he loved the Spinosaurus and always thought, all right, kick the T-Rex's ass, blah, 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 blah. And me and Steve have been like, shut up. He thought it was just bad choreography. You know how you do. You get into it, don't you?
Yeah.
So what we did on one other episode, which if you haven't checked it out, it's actually quite amusing. We had a courtroom scene with my friend David being the judge, who happens to be a T-Rex fan. Dan goes up against me and Steve in debate, in a for and against debate about who's the better dinosaur between a Spinosaurus and a T-Rex. Now we make Dan swear on the Jurassic Park trilogy box set as opposed to a Bible to not talk rubbish and to have valid facts for the reason why he's the better dinosaur. Wait, my voice went funny then.
Yeah,
yeah.
Within 2 minutes of the podcast, he admitted defeat already.
It really, honestly, it is funny. It is. If you're into that sort of side of humour, like, I think you're like, we were all hysterics, just in the same right. We were creasing up with each other because we was all together at that point. Because what we watched, we thought, let's all just join up because we're all local. Let's join up and watch Jurassic Park 3, and while we're watching it, we'll just talk about what we're watching. And where we're all in the same room, it was just hilarious, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It really was funny. But we don't just... we started off by doing the films, didn't we, Steve?
Yeah, but then we've moved on to all stuff like the games, our favourite musics from all the films, and just basically anything to do with Jurassic Park.
Yeah, because the first podcast we did was the Jurassic Park 1 podcast, and basically I know the most people that would listen to it would be fans anyway, so they've seen the film. But we did literally like a small recap of the film and what happened. Spoke about a few characters, and but then we gave a bit of trivia and things about the film that maybe some fans didn't know. And deleted scenes, and we spoke about what we liked best. We give it a little rating at the end, didn't we? And we did that for the next 2 films as well. We did it for Jurassic Park 2 and 3. I don't think we've done one for Jurassic World yet, have we?
Not properly, no.
No, we gave a review. We did a review podcast on... We got all the boys together again after the film had finished, and we spoke about it. But we haven't done a podcast based the same as what we did for the first ones, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, then when we started getting into the Lego game and the music, like Steve just said, and there we go. Now we're asking guests to come on because it's always fun, isn't it, to sort of get other people's opinions. So.
Oh yeah, that's what I love. I love having the conversation with people because everybody has different opinions, and I think it's great to kind of show off everybody and their different points of view. And I think if you guys are anything like you were when you answered that kitchen question, I think people are going to have a fun time with your podcast.
Well, I hope so. We're doing it. We're doing it for just to keep the fans interested in the franchise, really. And I'm glad that there's a lot of others out there that are just trying to do the same thing because, at the end of the day, we're not really getting anything out of it. It's just I like to get other people's opinions and see what they thought, and because it's a worldwide thing, isn't it? Like from the States yourself, and like it's good to get other people involved, I think. So
yeah, there's a bunch of different podcasts out there for Jurassic Park, and I think because we all have different takes on the film and add something different to the community, it's just a great way to communicate, between all of us. And you can listen to one or you can listen to all, and you can just get a different perspective. And I think it's a great way to continue the community while we're in between films.
Yeah, 100, definitely, and it keeps the excitement going, doesn't it? And
oh yeah,
a film like Jurassic and like the Star Wars, they want that excitement to build up before the film's out, and I think it's important for them. So
yeah, and speaking of Star Wars, I mean, I don't know if you guys listen to other podcasts outside the franchise, but Star Wars in general has basically hundreds of podcasts that talk about the same things, and they're all different, they're all unique, and you can find something different in each one. And I think it's a great part of that community as well. And I listened to a bunch of them, and each one, like I said, has a different take. So it's really great that we can do that here with Jurassic Park, and people will be interested.
Oh yeah, definitely, you're 100% right. Steve, are you how big of a Star Wars fan are you?
Yeah, quite big. I've always liked number 4, 5, and 6, but I didn't rate 1, 2, and 3 much, to be honest. I think even in number 3, I watched about an hour of it and then skipped to the end.
Oh really?
Wow.
See now, the first. This is really bad. I know, right? Don't kill me now, right? What I'm gonna say, right?
Can be blessed.
I watched 4, 5, and 6 as a little kid, but not enough to understand. And I didn't really remember much of it at all. Now, 1, 2, and 3, I watched all 3 of them at the cinema when I was younger. And so for me, it made the 4, 5, and 6 make a lot more sense because I watched them in order, really to understand them in order.
Yeah.
And I watched the 4, 5, and 6 again as an adult, and it made me love Star Wars more, actually, because I like I think the first 3 are important. They get a lot of stick and they take a lot of bad press, if you know what I mean, but I think they're really, really important because it helps to understand. I know it's going to make it understand the story better, but I think it does. Although the effects obviously are better than the old films, but I think it makes you appreciate how the simple techniques used in the old films are still really, really top notch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're still impressive, and while they're different than the newer ones, they're still awesome to watch, and I love that about them.
Yeah, definitely. I think the old ones are actually quite amusing as well. I was watching. I think it was the what's the one where it's the Yoda's the middle one, isn't it? The Empire Strikes Back the other day, and when Luke finds Yoda and he's rummaging through his food. Little things like that tickled me, and I know that I didn't laugh at that as a kid because I didn't find that side of it funny. I find as an adult, the things you find amusing are different, aren't they, to what they were when you was a kid? And Star Wars is quite funny, but I'm looking forward to this new one. But how did we even get onto Star Wars? How did that?
Yeah, I mean, it happens. Everybody loves Star Wars, so it's easy to just dive into it and talk all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favourite one, Steve?
I would say probably Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I do like the Battle with the Ewoks.
Oh, the Return. Return's my favourite one, Return of the Jedi. What about yours, Brad?
I'm kind of like a New Hope guy. I really like that one. Return of the Jedi is awesome too. And I think you're missing out with number 3 there. I think that one is actually really good. I like it a lot.
I like the last half an hour of this Revenge of the Sith was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, that fight scene and Anakin turning and killing all the Jedis, all that side of it, I thought was brilliant storytelling.
Oh, definitely. I actually like...
Yeah, go on, sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, I actually like the beginning a lot. I think that battle sequence is just incredible looking, and it's different. It's something we don't really get a lot of in Star Wars. We see smaller battles, but that was a giant battle, so that was cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. There was a thing going around the internet recently in the UK. I don't know if it hit the US or not. It was about Jar Jar Binks being a Jedi. And it was honestly, and you can't argue with the blog because everything that it come up with, it said how he reacted before he jumped into the big lagoon thing where his underwater world is. He did like a Jedi somersault in the air. He ducked before one of the what them blaster things called the ones on the wheels.
Oh, I don't remember.
Them things anyway.
Yep, those guys.
those guys, yeah. When he came, he ducked before it shot him, and then as he ducked, he flipped one of the dead droids around and ended up killing another droid. He does things by accident, it makes him look clumsy, but this thing had a GIF attached to it, and it done it in slow motion and showed him ducking and looking what was going on, and actually sort of getting out of the way of the bullets. And also there was another link that was attached showing him when there was a scene where the princess was getting escorted. Not princess, the queen was getting escorted down some steps by some droids, and that guy with the Billy Connolly looking guy, I don't know what his name is. He was down the steps as well, and then I think it was Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan, and Jar Jar were at the top looking down on them, and they jumped down to kill all the droids, but Jar Jar hangs on top of it and then falls down a different side that looks like it's a continuity error, but it wasn't, because the droid on the floor was shooting at where Jar Jar was, and both of them were looking there, and then he comes down from a different angle and then joins in. But I thought that was quite clever.
You know, I think a lot of his routine there could be perceived as just blind luck, you know, all that stuff that he does. But yeah, if you look at it that way, he almost could be like a Jedi unknowingly.
I know, as stupid as it sounds, because he is a clumsy oaf, and I can't help but laugh at him, and I think he's a really good character. But, like, when you look at this, I'll tell you what, I'll find the link and I'll send it to you. If you don't agree with it, that's fair enough. Because everyone's different. I just think I was just like, you can't argue with this. And my friend sent it to me on Facebook. I went, you have just changed my life, Joe. So it's a very interesting perspective that someone's found. Let's put it that way. So, but anyway, carry on. Sorry, I was getting a bit carried away.
No, always talking Star Wars is great. But let's promote you guys. Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah,
so you guys actually have, you know, your podcast, which is awesome. It's fun, and one of the best parts I think about it is the Minecraft videos that you guys do along with it. And I think it's some awesome stuff. So why don't you guys explain to the listeners here, you know, what you guys do in the Minecraft world and how it pertains to Jurassic.
Take it away, Steve.
Well, basically we've created a sort of like a studio tour, because we mainly build it on the PlayStation 4, so we don't have like a full world edit, so we can't have people coming in and seeing what we've done. So our basic idea, which we started about 1.5 years ago, wasn't that right, James?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We started off with Jurassic Park 1, and we have a movie tour that sort of takes you through Jurassic Park 1, seeing all the sites that were in the film, then moves on to the Lost World, then Jurassic Park 3, and then finally Jurassic World, which we're
it's still developing, the Jurassic World, isn't it?
Yeah.
The thing is with Brad, with the Jurassic World thing, is that this whole Minecraft thing that we started doing, it kind of it gave us something to do while we were waiting for the film. We were so excited of the film coming out, with all the rumours and the fan forums and the Twitter just going mad anytime something snippet come out that Colin Trevorrow posted. It sort of just kept giving us ideas, and we was online and we bought the game, and it started off, like I said before, as Steve said, as the Jurassic Park 1. But when the Jurassic World bits came out and the trailers came out, we got little glimpses of say, Main Street and different things that were in it. We started building, didn't we?
Yeah, we took screenshots of like YouTube on our phones, and we need to build it like this. So any little bit of footage we had, we had to do it.
So a lot of our builds were based on early screenings of the film, and it wasn't until the film came out that
we realised a little bit wrong.
Yeah, and how wrong that in some places we were. I think we've got the scale of Main Street in terms of scale to the little Minecraft person is roughly 2 blocks. It's a scale, so like 2 blocks is 2 meters.
Okay.
So we kind of use that scale to make it look right, if you know what I mean. I think the scale that we've done for the Main Street is actually really good, but there's places in it that could be done a bit better, I think.
Okay. Because you want to walk through kind of with your character, right? So everything has to be the appropriate height, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So what you'll find is doors that that open and close on the game are the right size for the human characters on it, but when you look at it from distance, you can only buy doors that are like a normal front door of your house.
Yeah.
You can't use doors that, for example, like when you go, like the Jurassic Park doors, when you go into the Innovation Centre, they're big, aren't they? They're bigger than normal doors. So you put the 2 doors there, and then you build the closest thing around them to make the doors look bigger.
Okay.
So it is slightly different, but that's
you gotta make do, right?
It's the closest you can get, really, more than anything. Yeah. But it's always just fun to do. Sometimes it can be very taxing. Like Steve did this aviary, right, of the Jurassic Park 3 section, and my God, did he moan about making that thing.
It's the bane of my existence. I tell you, I tried 3 or 4 different ways just to get a dome shape, which, that just doesn't. It
looked like a cone at one point. It was square and boxed.
Yeah, everything but a dome.
Everything but it just. Oh, it was so frustrating.
Yeah,
it took ages.
I can attest to that because when I've played the game, it is very hard to construct things that look similar to real life items, like a dome. I feel like the scale of that needs to be huge to make it dome-like.
So, and the way we built it, Brad, was basically Steve would lay down. Well, he worked out the foundations of the circle structure and where it needs to go in as it got higher. And what happened is, like, I didn't have a clue. It was in his head. I didn't have a clue what he was thinking and how he was doing it. But what I did know what he was doing was, as he was going round the circle, there was blocks that needed deleting as he was going, because basically when you make a circle structure, you say you do 3 at the bottom and then you go up 1 and then you go in slightly. If you understand what I'm trying to say in pixels, it goes. It's slightly squared, isn't it? If you zoom in on a pixel, it goes squared, doesn't it? A circle shape.
Yeah.
And that's how we did it. It's as if it was massive pixels, if you like. And I kept deleting the ones that he didn't need after. Okay. So the structure was making shape slowly as he did it. But when we looked back at it, we was thinking there's so many blocks that are wrong now. And we just filled in the gaps in the end. But we'd have been gone for ages. But the thing is, that's the difference between the PS4 and the PC mod. See, when we spoke to the PC, a guy who does the PC one, the Jurassic World, Smithy MC, he's got a sphere...
it's a generator.
Generator, yeah. So he can just type in, I want to make a sphere, and just make it as big as he wants. So he use that and then edit it after to make the structures that he wants. And me and Steve, like, our mouth fell open when he said that. I was just like, you're kidding me. I wish. How much we would kill for that.
Oh, God.
We ended up doing, I think it was about 4 to 5 layers of this circle going upwards. 4 to 5 layers a night, just because after that we'd go, look, I've had enough.
Yeah, let's just go. Let's play Rocket League, or let's play FIFA or Call of Duty or something. Just something different that we can kill someone with.
Yeah, you gotta let out your anger.
Yeah,
I think you actually see on our YouTube channels, you've got about 4 different videos of us making the aviary.
And it's just progress, really. Like we didn't want to show too much of the rest of the Jurassic Park 3 section away. That's another thing we must add. It's not a Jurassic Park 4 aviary, although it looks more like a Jurassic Park 4 aviary than the Jurassic Park 3 one. Okay. We haven't based the inside, the aviary, on the Jurassic Park 4, on Jurassic World, sorry. We based it on Jurassic Park 3. It's just the way our world worked that we loaded up. It hasn't got any mounting structures in it. So where the Jurassic Park 3 aviary was built on the side of a mountain, wasn't it? Yeah. We couldn't do that. So we dug downwards instead. So instead of it being up higher, we've made the aviary dome like the Jurassic World dome, but inside the aviary it's a big, almost like a crater, and with a river stream running through the bottom, so it goes down underground. But when you're inside, it looks like you're on cliff edges, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
If your fans or any other fans of yours or anyone that's listening to this podcast checks it out, you'll see what we mean by the video. But we also have a Facebook account of Jurassic Unicast where we post our videos and podcasts on there, so you don't even got to go on YouTube. So
yeah, I think what you guys have built is so incredible. Like,
Thanks.
I've done a bit of work my own in there, and I can't build anything to this scale. And I think it's just something you learn after you just keep trying and you spend hours and hours. So, you guys said you've been doing this for like over a year now. So,
year and a half, yeah.
How long does it take to build each section? Because you have built all 4 movies.
Yeah, it changes, depends really on what you're building in each section, doesn't it, Steve?
Because the original visitor centre from Jurassic Park 1 took us about 5 hours to build.
Okay.
But then that was the first thing we ever built in Minecraft. But once our skills got better, we knocked that one down. And
completely destroyed it, and it was so much fun. Yeah.
And we built one twice the size, so it looks more to scale.
Yeah.
But then that only took us 4 hours.
Yeah, because the thing is, I think where you get better at it, you get quicker, and also, we're both copying the same photos. Like, he'll be on his computer and I'll be on mine, and I'll send him a text with a photo of, right, I'm going to build this, and then we'll both build the same structure, and then...
Start at the door, you go left, I'll go right, and...
Yeah, so everything, like the roof and everything we did, is that he would start it off, and he'll do one section of the roof, and I'll do the other section. And if it's on the same, as long as we've built the base the same, we'll build up, and everything gets done double the speed, and it does work a lot better like that. But for example, our Lost World section is completely different to Jurassic Park. We haven't done any dinosaurs at all. You've got the trailers hanging over the cliff that we did. Which to be fair, I'm actually quite proud of, because the first attempt we did, Steve did, but it was really early on, Steve, weren't it?
Yeah.
And we made it out of it. It just didn't look right, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to redo these and see what Steve thinks, and then after that we can build more. And we rebuilt them, and they look a lot better. And attached behind that, where the tour bit on the monorail bit goes on, as if you're going to the next part of the tour. We built the San Diego docks with the boat crashing.
God.
Yeah, and that boat is big. It took a while to build, because obviously you've got to get an angle to make it look like a boat. You've got to build the cage and the containment unit that the T-Rex was being held in. Opening slightly, must add. And then we built attached to that the docks with the buildings and the barrier that the Rex smashes through as he walks after the car.
It's convertible as well.
Oh yeah, Malcolm's convertible. I forgot about that. We've also built the InGen compound unit. It makes no sense to look at as a whole, because they're all in different places. Because we built something that's on the island to something that's off the island.
Yeah.
But we've literally just, to be fair, we could probably add a few more things to the Jurassic Park 2 section, couldn't we, Steve?
Yeah. Again, if you've got any, if you check the videos out and you've got any ideas, just post a comment and say build this, and we'll give that a go.
If we can.
Yeah.
Just build San Diego. I don't think that's going to happen.
All San Diego. Just do it. Go. No, but I think that's awesome. Like the Lost World stuff that you built, it's really cool. And I think, throughout all the different movies, you have, like you said, this movie tour, essentially, where you drive the cart through, and you see on your right, you see the trailer falling off the cliff, and then you come across San Diego port, and it's just so cool how all this stuff is right there, it's just awesome.
Like, the fact it's great to hear, like you say things like that's what we was aiming for, wasn't it, Steve? And it's good that people sort of appreciate what we've done. Yeah, that's great already, but to sort of understand and get what we've done as well is another thing. So it's good that you've enjoyed watching what we've done.
Well, yeah, and I think there's something versus, if you made it and it looked bad, you you could tell. But when you go into your world, it looks like spot on, and I can tell instantly what you guys have built and what you're going for.
Yeah, that's good to hear. It's good that we're doing good, Steve. So
yeah, definitely, absolutely. It's so much fun, and I wish I could go in there myself and just ride along and react to all the scenes in the movie.
I'll tell you what, get a PS4, you can come join in, pal. So don't worry, that's an incentive to get a PS4.
Yeah.
But our Jurassic World section, we've only played one video so far, and on that I think we went up to the end of Main Street. We showed Main Street and the Mosasaurus arena, but
the Pachycephalosaurus
arena as well, which didn't get shown in the movie, unfortunately, but we built it based on the Lego version.
Okay, yeah.
On the Lego game. So when you ever check that Lego game out, when you see the Pachycephalosaurus arena on the game, we built, which is really fun to do, by the way, because you get to go in there and you can be whatever dinosaur you want, and you can go in the arena and actually face and battle all and stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really good in the game. But we built that based on that Lego version. It's probably not movie accurate. Luckily, we didn't see it in the movie. Otherwise, I'll say luckily, I would have loved to have seen it, because then we could have built it properly to scale. But but the rest of the tour we haven't shown yet, because there's still bits of it that we're building. Like we've built Owen's shack with the old visitor centre, but in ruin. We've built Owen's, the Velociraptor paddock.
Yeah.
Where he trains them. We've built that, haven't we, Steve? And what was the other things we built?
The Islay Nublar ferry, and there was a concept, I think it was a poster, wasn't it, of the IREX stadium.
Yeah. That's the right.
Yeah. We built that, and then that wasn't shown in the movie at all.
That's your favourite build, isn't it, actually, Steve? Or is it not anymore?
Yeah. Just the look of it, I do like that one.
Yeah, we built it's basically like a soccer stadium.
Yeah.
And it's built for the Indominus, but we built it literally based on that one picture concept art that they got leaked for the Indominus paddock, and we built it from the front, and the rest of it we've completely made up. It could be completely wrong for it in their ideas, but we just built it on our imagination, really, more than anything. I think there's a Gyrosphere Valley as well. I don't know if we showed that in the first video. And I don't know what else we're planning on building. We did show the control room, didn't we? And the helipad. Yeah, we've shown that section, but there's still bits. That's what I mean. Like the film's got so much to offer that it gives you the chance to build different things.
That's right. When you compare when you compare the buildings, between all four movies, there's not a ton in those movies, but when you go to Jurassic World, you've got the entire Main Street, you've got all the different paddocks, and it's just, there's so much that you guys had to build. So I really think that's awesome how you guys did that.
It's great that it gives us stuff to do, doesn't it? Because if the film was just on like the Lost World, I think that's probably why we've struggled to do things with the Lost World, because there is no iconic, all of a sudden there's no iconic buildings as such, like that you remember. Like, don't get me wrong, the compound we built, but we haven't built it to the depth of going inside and having a look round, and because you don't see as much of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whereas the visitor centre from the first film and the innovation centre from the fourth film, you get to have a look. You go inside, and with the extras on the DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff, you get to see a bit more detail as well. Oh, we built that a bit wrong. Let's go back and correct that. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah, that's. I mean, I know you guys said it before, but you kind of compare and contrast your pictures versus, what you're building. So that's got to be really hard to kind of come up with that concept of what this is supposed to look like in this world.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be frustrating sometimes.
We have had a couple of disagreements. But that just shows passion.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes it's just colours as well. Like, Steve might see a colour thinking it looks like one colour, and I might think, well, no, if you look at it in the sunlight, it don't look like colour. So then we have to come with a mutual agreement of which colour to do it in. So it's it's just like anything really. Like, but most of the time, 90% of the time, we completely 100% agree on things.
Yeah.
One of the best things that Steve included, which I thought was a really good idea on our videos, is making the logos above the gates.
Yeah, those are awesome.
And it really adds into the section. Like, it's not just the Jurassic Park gate. It's got the logo above, just to sort of add that extra difference to it. And then we did the same thing with the Lost World. Although we didn't have a gate, we made one up that made it look a bit more wild and viney, and a bit more taken over by the jungle.
Yeah.
To give it a bit more rugged effect, and put the logo on top of that one. And the Jurassic Park 3 I did when Steve wasn't around, but he's sort of helped me adapt it and make it look a bit more less egg shaped and a bit more round.
Yeah.
And then the Jurassic World one Steve did on his own. So yeah, well, we're getting there. We're eventually coming to the finishing product of it. But then, Jurassic World 2 will come out, and then no matter, I don't know what that's going to be about, we're going to start again, aren't we? We're going to have a whole new section to do. So, I think it'll be an ongoing project for the next few years.
Oh, definitely. You're never going to stop, especially if there's a trilogy of movies coming out.
Oh, you know, don't you? And do you know what Steve said to me? Why don't we do a Star Wars? And I'm thinking, I'd love to make a Millennium Falcon. I'd love to, but I don't know how long that'd take to build. Yeah,
I mean, we did have the idea of about a couple of months ago, didn't we? But then we looked on YouTube, and that MC Smithy's already done a Star Wars.
Oh, what he's done so far has been brilliant. It's been so good. To be fair, I've got to give him the credit. Like, he is very good. Like, I'd say he's probably better than us, but with the tools that he's got, he's going to be anyway. Do you know what I mean? But I'm still 100% proud of what we've done. I think we've done a really good job, and long may it continue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, people are really obsessed with Minecraft, and you guys obviously must be obsessed to go to this, level to create all these worlds. So what do you think it is about Minecraft that draws people in?
Probably just
you go first.
Yeah, it's a different sort of game to what other people play. I mean, we play FIFA, we play COD, and after you get so angry playing it sometimes, where
just a little bit,
to the point where you throw your control down and you think, oh, what is the point? But you go on this Minecraft, and it's like I'm not really a very good drawer at all, so I'm not really artistic. But
whereas I am,
yeah. But on this, it's just relaxing. You can chill out. There's no real end objective.
Yeah, it kind of it really does mellow you out. Like, it's a type of. Did you ever play The Sims, Brad?
Oh yeah, I love The Sims. I love that.
You know the same. Yeah, the sort of it completely absorbs you into the world. Like, me and Steve never ever played the survival mode on Minecraft. We have done, but we just don't. Like, the survival mode is really good. Like, you can you play almost like a Call of Duty style, go around killing each other, and you start again. And me and Steve made this amazing maze on the game, which is huge. It's like almost like the Harry Potter maze, in the fourth film.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch Harry? Yeah, you know how big that maze is? It's huge. It's like a Hunger Games style type thing. But you get you get frustrated because Steve would find the box with all the diamond armour and make him basically himself invincible. And he'd just come along, prod me with a sword, and I'm dead. And I have to go, I'm like right outside the maze again and have to find my way in. And you lose it, you just like end up getting frustrated. Then we go back onto the creativity mode, and it just mellows you out. So
yeah, it's always
good.
It's always the worst when you die in Minecraft because it starts you, at the complete other end of the map there.
Yeah, don't you? It's just so frustrating.
But everything you've collected,
it's all gone.
Yeah. But that's it. That's all. That's literally all we do on Minecraft, though. We don't ever play. We don't play the game to be socially. Like the way you do on a multiplayer on Call of Duty or Black Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We don't ever do it for that reason. We literally go on it. It's like, do you fancy a build? Yeah, right, then let's go. And we'll go and maybe even correct something or destroy something because it chills us out. And it's a good one before you go to bed as well because your mind isn't constantly stimulated. Like if you play Call of Duty or something before you go to bed, your mind's like, your eyeballs are moving around when you close your eyes, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Whereas when you've got something like Minecraft, it actually tires you out because you're looking at something not really moving. You're like, yeah, I'm done now. Steve's like, yeah, I'm done building. I'm like, all right then, let's go. I'll catch you later, sort of thing. And
yeah, there's something about that game. I think it's the music and the scenery and everything. You could play that thing for hours, and then eventually you'll get tired of it. But I love that game.
Where I work at a school. And Steve works from home quite a lot. When I'm on half terms, like school holidays, we could be on it from 10 o'clock in the morning till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, I should probably do some housework now. And he's like, I should go and pick his wife up from work and pay the kid a bit of attention.
yeah, probably.
But it does do that to you, though. It really does. It's a great game, though, to play.
Yeah, 5 minutes into 3 hours.
Yeah.
I know. Once you start something, you can't, just give up. You got to keep going.
Yeah, it's kind of one of them guilty pleasures. It's not something like we go we'll go online to it, and I'm like, Steve, you online tonight? He's like, yeah, all right then. And we'll start off with something like Rocket League, which is like a soccer game that you play in driving around in cars. It's really good. It's honestly, it's as good as it sounds.
It sounds awesome.
It's as good as it sounds. And you can do somersaults and boosts and stunts and everything. Yeah, it's so good. It cost us... actually, me and Steve downloaded it for free on the PlayStation Store at the time. It's now £15 because it got such high demand.
Oh, wow.
That, we got it when it was free. It was brilliant. And we play that all the time. And then, because Steve hasn't bought FIFA 16 this year, we play our own individual games as well. And then he was like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of dying now. I've had enough. Should we just go and play Minecraft? And we'll chill out for a couple of hours. So it has its positives as well as its hour-long obsession negatives.
So you guys mentioned the Jurassic Lego before. Are you into any other Jurassic games, like for the mobile games or the Telltale game that was released in the past few years?
See, we didn't get the Telltale game over in the UK. Didn't come out.
Oh, okay.
So it came out on PC, but it didn't come out on the console, so we missed out on that one.
Yeah.
The mobile games, I didn't play. Steve had it, didn't you?
Yeah, I've got the Jurassic World Builder, and I was quite addicted to that. Quite high up level at the moment, so I'm enjoying that. And got the Mega Drive as well with the original Jurassic Park game.
Yeah, we did. Did we do a podcast on that, Steve, or did we just play the game and they did the podcast?
Yeah,
I think we played the old classic. I think it was the Jurassic Park. What one was it? What's it called? The one where you can be the Velociraptor.
Oh, is the one for Sega?
Yeah, Sega. Yeah. I think it's the Genesis one for you guys over there.
Yeah,
it was. Right. We had the Mega Drive. It's the same. I think it's the same system, just a different name. Yeah, it's that game. We played that one. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? Yeah. Hard to use. I think they should revamp the graphics on them games and make it almost like a Little Planet sort of looking game.
Oh wow, yeah, that would be awesome.
And in a 2D. Imagine how good that would be with today's sort of graphics that they've got. Not in 3D, just literally in 2D like a platform. I think it'd be really, really good.
I gotta dig that out and maybe hook up my Genesis and play that. That game's awesome.
It is awesome. It's so difficult though.
Yeah, it was.
You don't realise how difficult it is until you play it again. You're like, Jesus, how could I play this as a kid? I think me and Steve died on one level about 50 times. In the end, we just skipped to the next level using the cheat codes. I've had enough. I'm going to kill myself.
Oh, God.
I've also played a lot of the arcade games as well, actually, in our arcades.
Yeah, the Lost World game's really good. We've got one of the guys, Bam Sam from Jurassic Cast, he lives near a seaside, near where we're not far from us, about half an hour away from us.
Okay.
And he goes down there and plays the Lost World game quite often. And so I've been down there a few times. I haven't been with Steve yet to play it, but I think we may have done there's a place, festival leisure park near where we live, and they've got a bowling alley and arcades there. And I think a couple of years ago they had the Lost World game. And I think me and Steve played it then. But you can spend pounds and pounds on that game because you're infused. Like, it just takes over. Like, you kind of thinking, no, I'm not dying.
I gotta keep going.
I've got to keep going. Before you know it, you spent like a tenner in there. You're like,
yeah.
I should probably leave this game now and just accept defeat.
Yeah, the worst thing that arcade games should do is take credit cards.
Oh no!
Do that, we are screwed.
Yeah.
Have you played the most recent arcade game?
I haven't. Steve has.
Yes. Yeah, I found that quite difficult as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's definitely worth a go. It is a good game, but I didn't get very far at all.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's three or four levels to choose from, and I chose the T-Rex level. T-Rex, but yeah, it is a good game. Just quite difficult.
Yeah, I talked to the creators of that game, and they seem like they put a ton of work into it, so it was respectful to the series as a whole. So
it should be awesome. I'm gonna definitely give it a go when I can find it.
Yeah.
I just need to get the time to go down there. Really, it's the same place where the other game is, the Lost World game, but it's in a different arcade somewhere. So it's around the same area. It's just I haven't found it. I'm sure I'll get I'll have to go down there with Steve one day maybe or something.
We've got a strip in Southend which has got probably about 10 or 15 different arcade places. It's just a seaside resort. It's not much to look at. Like, you'd probably come over and think this is your seaside resort, but it's as best as it can be in the area. It's all right.
Yeah. So I wanted to actually ask you about, what do you think about the films?
Oh, yeah. Probably one of my favourite films of all time, really. I'd say that Jurassic Park 1 is my favourite film, purely because of the way it's written, and, it's the first proper experience of dinosaurs in a movie for people my age. And just seeing that, the fact that they used animatronics, the animatronics were absolutely amazing from Stan Winston's School of Animatronics. The film is just immaculate, isn't it?
Yeah, and, it's completely impressive and perfect in my eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad that they carried the animatronics into Jurassic World as well. They didn't go full CGI, which I think does ruin a lot of films.
Yeah, because, it definitely can.
Yeah, actors can play off animatronics. They can't play off perfectly with CGI.
Because, I think you'd miss a lot of that feeling and heart that you get from the Apatosaurus scene in Jurassic World. So I think, there was some news recently that maybe they wouldn't be doing it, but we know that's a lie. There's going to be, animatronics, and they can't totally get rid of them. So hopefully they actually step it up and have more next time around.
Yeah, I think the response they got from the animatronics in Jurassic World was, a great addition to the film. So taking it away fully would be ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that would be a mistake because that's what the films were brought up on, animatronics and mixed with CGI, but it wasn't one or the other. So I think that would be a mistake.
I just don't want them to lose that essence of wonder.
Yeah, me either.
Because I think, I'm quite easygoing when it comes to the films. I'm just happy to see dinosaurs on telly. I loved Terra Nova. Do you know what I mean? Steve hasn't actually got through all of them yet. I loved it. As cheesy and as low budget as it was, the special effects weren't great at all. They were awful. But I didn't care. It didn't bother me. I was just happy that I've got a TV series that's got guns, it's got a bit of romance, bit of comedy, and it's got dinosaurs in it. And it's got, what's his name? Stephen Lane.
Yeah.
Who's just such a brilliant actor.
Yeah.
He's just quality. So I was happy. Do you know what? If they did bring out Jurassic Park, I would like them to base it more on the novel. Because there's aspects of that novel but then you look at the Michael Crichton wrote that book in when was it, 1990 was it, or something like that? I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Somewhere back then.
He it was old science, wasn't it? So
yeah, there was a lot of science.
Yeah, Brontosaurus was an animal then. It's now not classified. So the T-Rex in them days stood upright more. It wasn't so. Do you know what I mean? So they're not scientifically accurate. Some of them, as much as the genome side of it was really in depth and phenomenal. But I think times change, don't they? So if they made that book now, it might not flow the same way with the old technology that they had.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
Might be more
I'm always
flashier.
open. Yeah, I'm open to the concept. So, meh.
Yeah.
They at the end of the day, they've covered the Jurassic Park novel over the course of the 4 films. There's a Spinosaurus swimming after a boat, which was a scene in the Jurassic Park 1 novel. There's an aviary in Jurassic Park 3 and 4. There's you've got the visitor centre with the pyramids from Jurassic Park 1. That's great. And then you've got the pyramid itself in the Jurassic World.
Yeah.
You've got the futuristic cars. You've got the Apatosaurus eventually. You've got the Apatosaurus in there. So everything that the book suggests is covered. So the only thing that isn't was the volcanicness of the island. But they've got the hierarchy and the raptors. So you've got the different types of in the Lost World. You've got the different types of dinosaurs. It takes it back to the mainland. You see different behaviour from the animals. There's a rugged native sort of feel to the music. There's a lot of character deaths, and Ian Malcolm. Do you know what I mean? What more can you ask for from the Lost World?
Yeah, Jurassic Park 3 is definitely the last on my list of the film, as it is for most people. We're big T-Rex fans through and through, and just seeing it being destroyed by the Spinosaurus in such an easy way, I think ruined it for quite a lot of people.
Yeah, I think that definitely put this shadow over the Spinosaurus, and people really hated that dinosaur, I think because of that scene.
Yeah, most definitely. Because we've had so many arguments in the past and debates regarding who's best, the Spinosaurus or the T-Rex, and the facts are just there that the T-Rex is 100% better. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Spinosaurus as a dinosaur on its own, you know, it's a beautiful dinosaur.
Yeah.
I do like the Spinosaurus, but in a debate between T-Rex or Spino, the T-Rex wins hands down.
Yeah, I think everybody would pretty much side with you there. But I think the Spinosaurus, I think it was actually kind of great. I mean, it got a decent introduction in the beginning of the film with it, you know, basically knocking the plane out of the sky, but then from there on, it was kind of muddled. You know, it had a terrible animatronic scene with the trying to get the people out of the airplane, and then obviously it killed, you know, the T-Rex, which was terrible. And from there on out, I think it was actually represented pretty well.
Yeah.
So did you enjoy Jurassic World as a whole, or were you disappointed with it?
I did enjoy it as a whole. There wasn't much of a disappointment I can find in it. The only thing that I did think that should have been added more, which, well, for me personally, would be the river cruise. I thought they could have done a little bit more with that, just because you only saw it for a 10-second clip it. And I was really hoping there'll be like a rampaging, you know, the I-Rex rampaging down that river cruise, and they're trying to the kayaks and canoes. I thought that would have been brilliant, but apart from that, I was absolutely happy. Nothing I could say bad about it, really.
Yeah, you know, those scenes that we got quick glimpses of, like the river cruise, it would have been amazing to see that thing in action and see what else they passed by, and maybe see the I-Rex just totally dominate some of those canoes or whatever they were using. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, Yeah, it is a shame, but they can only fit so much into a film.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been perfectly content with a 4-hour film, but I guess mainstream people wouldn't.
No, definitely not. And saying that, the thing that did sort of put a spoiler on the film was the connection between Owen and Claire. I didn't think that was really needed.
Yeah, probably not.
No, unless they're, making way for Jurassic World 2. But if you look through some of the deleted scenes in Jurassic World, if they added in the, their progress as a relationship together, the kiss would make more sense. This is what I found.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that, every film's got a kiss scene, haven't they? Everyone's got to have one, so... Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, Jurassic Park got away with not doing that, and there was like a love connection there. You didn't get a ton of it, but they definitely showed it there in the film, and they actually really surprised you when they came back in the third movie, and there was no connection at all, and that was kind of like a heartbreaking moment.
Yeah.
And you like Jurassic World?
Yeah. I'd put it up there with the. I'd put it on the same. I'd put it up there in number 2. I'd rate them the same, to be honest. Completely different films in my eyes. Obviously, they look different. They are different, but I mean, in terms of what you can get out of them, then you've got the Jurassic World, which brings back slight cameos of some cast, like Ian Malcolm on the book, for example. Yeah. A lot of nostalgia. It gives you the park that you've always wanted to see, despite it not actually showing enough of it. But do you know what I mean? What can you do in 2 hours? You've got to have a bit of a villain as well, haven't you?
Of course.
So you've got to play a bit of story as well as visual. So that side of it could have been better, but with a 3-hour film, all day. But 2 hours, I was happy with what they showed me. The fight scenes were phenomenal. The CGI I thought was incredible. People didn't like it. I can't see what the problem is. It's better than any of the other Jurassic Park films. It's just at the time, it was the best thing that they could compare to. Now, when you compare the CGI effect from the Jurassic Park 1 to 4, it's a mile difference. It's completely different.
Of course.
And I don't know what people can expect. I don't know. No film's 100% perfect. Like, you look at the Avengers as that's complete CGI constantly. And there was a scene in one of the first, I think, in the Avengers Age of Ultron, one of the first scenes when they're going through the forest, when the big battle going through the forest bit. Thor, he picked up a lamppost or something, and he looked so unhuman when he moved the lamppost around. But do you know what? I didn't care, and I just let it go. It didn't bother me. I thought, that's CGI. It is. Do you know what I mean? Our brains know that it's not real, so people have just got to get past that. Yes, animatronics, you can't beat an animatronic in terms of reaction and physically feeling something that's there. You can't beat that. But then sometimes you look at you think, that's a puppet. You know it's a puppet because you know that dinosaurs aren't real. So to me, it's no different. I don't see what the problem is. Unless something looks blurry and actually looks completely stupid, like it's someone, like the something you'd get to in the 1970s films that have just been hologrammed on, then I can't really complain. Like, it's the best technology that we've got around. They've put all that money in, so I can't complain. So that's why I think I like it. So
I think you hit it right on the head there.
Yeah, let's see where Jurassic Park goes in 20 years.
Yeah.
Meh. I'm happy. I don't care. I'm easily pleased, as you can tell.
Conclusion: we're all happy.
There it is. So I want to actually just let people know where they can find your stuff online.
Yep, we're on Twitter at JP_till_I_die, and on Facebook Jurassic Unicast, as well as YouTube Jurassic Unicast as well.
Yep, and we post all of our videos and podcasts and anything that we relate to, maybe Minecraft or even screenshots, Steve, sometimes, isn't it? We post as much of this stuff to Facebook, so if you're a member on our Facebook page, then you'll see all this stuff come through. And we try and do as much as we can on Twitter, don't we?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's basically where we can find us, to be honest. We're open. We want as many fans as possible to sort of come in and join in with us, naturally, but just to share our stuff and the love of the franchise more than anything, because we don't get anything out of it. It's just sort of like just fun to do, isn't it? So
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people will appreciate what you've been doing on YouTube and with your podcast. So I really suggest everybody go subscribe and follow you guys, because it's some awesome stuff.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for joining me, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Brett. Yeah, thanks. We'll have to have another chat soon sometime,
yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Talk to you soon.
I'm not a computer nerd. I prefer to be called a hacker.
Aren't you supposed to be a genius or something? I can't get Jurassic Park back online without Dennis Nedry.
Incorporating all the latest technologies.
We shouldn't be here. And there's 5 dinosaurs.
How many Sarahs do you think are on this island?
We received an awesome email this week from Claudio, asking us to cover a topic on an upcoming episode. I think it's a great idea, so let's see what he had to say.
Hi man, have a request for you. If you find the time to do it, it would be really interesting to listen to an episode about what the Jurassic universe could have been like. The Lost World should have ended in another way. They changed the ending in the last minute. JP3 had an entirely different script, and Jurassic World had the John Sayles script to begin with. It would be really cool if you dug deep into those 3 scripts and told us about it. Said it before, saying it again. Great show. Thanks, Claudio.
Hey man, that's an amazing request. I cannot wait to do an episode covering all those things soon. I'm sure there are others that would love to hear about this as well. The timeline of the film series would be completely different if things worked out the way they did, if there were all these original scripts involved. And I'm happy, though, that we received the films that we did with The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, even if, that latter one isn't my favorite. But the future of Jurassic Park would have been very, very different. So I'd love to sit down, drag out all the details pertaining to all those movies, and make an episode for you guys to listen to. Thanks for the email, Claudio, and hope to hear from you again soon. This next one is a voicemail from Sickleclaw on Twitter. Let's take a listen to what he has to say.
Hello, this is Twitter user Sickleclaw calling in. Just want to leave a message for you guys on the podcast, so hopefully it'll show up in next podcast you have. What I'm going to talk about is that hoax article they ran the other week, the one about the Jurassic Park remake. That one got me all really scared for about a couple of hours before it came out that it was fake. I mean, I'm glad it was fake, but at the same time, it was, something where I wasn't sure whether it was real or fake. And for a minute there, I have to admit, I was really worried about where Universal would allow the franchise to go. And there was some indication that it might be fake, given that they said it would be, we'll have the remake along with Jurassic World story at the same time. But yeah, in retrospect, it was very obviously fake until it did give the fandom one moment where they were unsure. I can agree on that, and I was very unsure as well. About where the franchise was going to go from that direction onward. It was just a moment of shock. You were unsure if this is going to be a big news or just a prank, and thankfully it was a prank, but still a prank nevertheless. I'm glad it turned out to be fake. But for instance, if this is going to be the big news that's going to take over the franchise for the rest of the year, but yes, but now at least the franchise can move on with the Jurassic World series. And my second part of my message is going to be talking a bit about Jurassic World 2 and the franchise going to be heading. Right now, we're still very scarce on details for the second Jurassic World movie, but I had a suggestion. Colin Trevorrow talked before about how it would be since the Dinosaur, they're open source, other companies have them, they're not the only people who can create a dinosaur. Okay, so far, my idea is Jurassic World 2, for the marketing for the Jurassic World, we got the Masrani site, but what about in Jurassic World 2, we had this is Twitter user Sickle Claw again. The phone dropped my last message, so I guess I can just edit it in the podcast recording session. I was gonna say, what if for Jurassic World 2, the marketing had like a fake website, in-universe website for the other company, say like Biosyn or something. We always every day to Lost World, the fandom had wondered where Biosyn might be in this universe. And I think with the inclusion of the Jurassic World, I think it's perfect time for it to come back, obviously. But if they replace it with another company, like in the failed sales script, it was...
Thanks so much, man, for the voicemail. Sorry it sounds like you got cut off there again, but the whole fake news story about Jurassic Park being remade was a huge mess. That article, if any listeners don't already know, came from filmschoolrejects.com, and the article was stating that Jurassic Park would be remade and exist side by side with the Jurassic World series. Now, thankfully, it was all fake, and it was really just an uncool move by the site to release this random prank article with really no reveal saying it was fake anywhere on that specific site. But alas, it is fake, and we can really relax now. So yeah, man, it's a real total relief that it was fake. And as for the direction of the sequel, I think you're really onto something with the alternate company websites, because Masrani and the Jurassic World websites did a great job at creating this in-world experience for everybody accessing the sites. You know, it really made you feel like you were learning something about the companies or getting an inside glimpse as to what the progress of the companies was throughout the years. And then the Masrani terminal came on board, and you really felt like you were hacking into a website and learning all the secrets of the company. So, like you said, I would love to see a Biosyn type company, maybe with a terminal of their own, revealing some more secrets, something about the sequel. So I really think you're onto something, and hopefully this happens and we get to dig through it pretty soon. Thanks, Sickleclaw. So if you have a question about Jurassic Park or a comment for the podcast, you can send us an email to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. I'll make sure to read your email here, or you can send us a audio recording and I'll play it for you. Or if you don't want to do that, you can call our voicemail. The number is 732-825-7763. Give us a call and we'll play it on the air. Thanks. Thanks for listening to the 26th episode of the Jurassic Park Podcast. A huge thanks to James and Steve from the Jurassic Unicast Podcast. They are both awesome guys and do great work within the Jurassic community with their podcasts and their Minecraft builds. So make sure you go follow them on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Also, a big thanks to Claudio for submitting a great email suggesting an upcoming episode, and I cannot wait to do that for you guys, so stay tuned. Now, of course, I want to thank Sickleclaw for calling into our voicemail line and leaving that message. It's always great to hear from the fans of Jurassic Park directly and get all those unanswered questions from the series, like, is Jurassic Park being remade? Or awesome suggestions like having a Biosyn website where we can learn even more about the sequel. Now, if you want to interact with us, we do most of our work over on Twitter, @JurassicParkPod. But we are also on Instagram, Tumblr, and Flickr. You can listen to us via iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Podomatic, and YouTube. So make sure to subscribe. It would mean so much to us if you hit subscribe, hit follow, hit like, do all those things, and stay in contact with us. We're also usually spotted commenting on the Jurassic Park subreddit as Jurassic Park Podcast. All of our links to our web presence are in our show notes. Now, I know I mention it every week, but if you haven't already, please do us a giant favor by giving us a 5-star review on iTunes. It will seriously help us build our rankings and make it easier for fans like you to find us. Now, if you want to get a hold of us, like I said earlier, you can email us with any news stories, MP3s, segment ideas, pictures, top 10s, or comments to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. Now, if you'd like to record something for the show, send it in to us and we'll feature it on an upcoming episode. Now, if you don't have a way to record, you can give our voicemail a call and leave us a message. The number is 732-825-7763. Thanks for listening and enjoy.
5 minutes. Drop what you're doing and leave now.